The ring came in a small box that didn't look like much. Blue velvet worn thin at the corners. My grandmother held it with both hands, as if it might slip away if she didn't. She asked my daughter to sit beside her, not across. Proximity always did. She didn't make a speech. She never did. She just opened the box and let the light do the rest. The sapphire was deep and steady. Not flashy. The kind of blue that doesn't beg to be admired. My daughter inhaled the way people do when they want to cry. She said thank you too quickly. Then slower. Then she hugged my grandmother and held on longer than necessary. I remember thinking that this was moments that would outlive us. A clean handoff. No mess, no arguments. Just continuity. My parents watched from the kitchen. My mother smiled in that careful way she had perfected. My father nodded, once. Approval without warmth. My brother wasn't there. He rarely was when things didn't involve him directly. 2 weeks later, my daughter left for summer camp. The house felt hollow without her. Quieter in a way that didn't rest. I cleaned things that didn't need cleaning. I moved through rooms as if something might catch me off guard. If I stayed still too long. It was my mother who suggested we move my daughter's jewelry box somewhere. Safer. The word landed strangely. Safer from what, exactly? She didn't say. I didn't argue. I rarely did back then. I told myself it wasn't worth the friction. That this was how families worked, small concessions. Invisible debts. When my daughter came home, sunburned and louder, the first thing she did was open the box. She didn't say anything at first. She tilted her head. Took the ring out. Turned it slightly. It looks different, she said. I took it from her. I knew before I looked. The weight was wrong. The color was wrong. The stone caught the light too eagerly. It wanted to be seen. I put it back in the box. Closed it. It might just need cleaning. I said. The lie sat between us. She didn't challenge it. She trusted me then. That might be the part I regret most. I didn't confront my parents right away. I needed to be sure even though I already was. I took the ring to a jeweler I trusted. He didn't say sorry. He didn't pick zirconia. He said. Decent one. But not what you think it is. I nodded. Left. At home, I sat in my car for a long time. Long enough for the steering wheel to cool. Long enough to imagine a version of this where there had been a mistake. An accident. Anything softer than intent. When I finally went inside. My parents were watching television. The volume was too high. It always was. I didn't bring it up that night. Or the next. Family has a way of asking you to swallow things until you forget their shape. I had done it my whole life. This one stuck. My grandmother noticed 3 weeks later. She was visiting for lunch. Soup on the stove, windows open. She asked my daughter to see the ring again. Said she liked to look at it on her. My daughter hesitated. Just a flicker. Then she handed it over. My grandmother didn't react immediately. She held the ring close to her face. Turned it. Once. Twice. She didn't frown. She just breathed out through her nose, slow. My parents stopped talking. She smiled then. Not a happy smile. A contained one, the kind that lives behind the eyes. The ring was never meant to hold the sapphire, she said. My mother laughed, too loud. What do you mean? My grandmother kept her voice even. The original setting was cracked years ago. I had the stone removed. Appraised. Documented. My father stood up. Then sat back down. The stone I gave her, my grandmother continued, was glass. A placeholder. The real sapphire has been in a safety deposit box in my name. And yours. She looked at me. Since before your daughter was born. The room felt smaller. Airless. My mother opened her mouth. Closed it. Opened it again. I know. My grandmother said gently. I always know. She placed the ring on the table, not in front of anyone, just there. The sapphire was insured, she said. Any attempt to sell it would have required paperwork. Silence stretched. Not dramatic. Just long enough to be uncomfortable. I was curious. My grandmother went on. When I heard there had been a sale. Curious enough to make a call. My father's face had gone gray. Not with shame. With calculation failing. I didn't wonder said. I wanted clarity. She stood up. Slowly. You'll be hearing from my lawyer. About the unauthorized access. And the replacement. My mother started crying then. softly. As if that might change the order of things. My grandmother paused. Looked at my daughter. You did nothing wrong, she said. This isn't yours to carry. Then she looked at me. Neither is it yours anymore. After she left, no one spoke. The consequences didn't arrive with sirens or shouting. They came in letters. Phone calls not returned. Plans quietly cancelled. My brother postponed his honeymoon. Said it was temporary. No one asked questions. My parents stopped visiting as often. When they did, they avoided the subject. As if silence could smooth over the outline of what had happened. I didn't press. I didn't need to, the power had shifted. Not loudly. Not completely. But enough. One evening, my daughter asked if she could still wear the ring. Of course, I said. She slipped it on. It sparkled the way cubic zirconia does. Bright, uncomplicated, she smiled. I like it anyway. I watched her go upstairs. Thought about the sapphire sitting somewhere dark and safe. Waiting. Justice didn't feel like triumph. It felt like something settling into place. A weight redistributed. Some things were broken. They stayed that way, but the line was drawn. And for the first time, it held.